Lesson 3. Tiger's Mouth. In this lesson, we will cover the concept of the tiger's mouth. Let's first learn the definition of the tiger's mouth. The definition of the tiger's mouth is a specific shape formed by one-sized stones that creates a dangerous intersection. If the opponent's stone is placed on that intersection, since it would have only one liberty remaining, it can be captured immediately. Based on this definition, let's first familiarize ourselves with the four most basic tiger's mouth shapes on the board. Let's first look at the shape formed by these three black stones in the center. These three black stones form a triangular shape. This position in the center is a dangerous intersection. When white places a stone here, white would have only one liberty remaining. Black can capture it immediately, so we call this position a tiger's mouth. Now let's look at the remaining three shapes. This shape of black stones on the side, and this shape here. We can see that if white places a stone at this position, it would have only one liberty remaining, and black can capture it immediately. Similarly, if white places a stone at this position, black can capture it immediately. That is to say, on the side, the position below black stones and the position above black stones are both tiger's mouths. And in the corner, when black has a stone here, this position also becomes a tiger's mouth. White would have only one liberty. Black can capture white on the next move. So, these four shapes on the board are what we call the four most basic tiger's mouth shapes on the board. We say that in the center, three stones can form a tiger's mouth. On the side, two stones can form a tiger's mouth. In the corner, one stone can form a tiger's mouth. Now, these tiger's mouth shapes can actually be oriented in different directions. For example, the tiger's mouth of black in the center can be arranged like this shape. Then this position becomes the tiger's mouth. And on the side, if black stones are over here, then likewise, this is a tiger's mouth. If we shift the shape to a different position, this position becomes a tiger's mouth in the corner. If black stone is placed here instead, then this is a tiger's mouth. So regarding the orientation of the tiger's mouth, we only need to follow the definition of the tiger's, a dangerous intersection formed by a specific shape of face stones. Once the opponent's stone is placed on that intersection, it has only one liberty and can be captured immediately. Based on this definition, we can easily identify which position is actually a tiger's mouth. Now, please pay attention. Although these are the basic tiger's mouth shapes, what I hope everyone remembers is the principle that a stone can be captured immediately, rather than memorizing the shapes by rote. Because sometimes when the shape changes, there is an issue with how this is explained. Let me simplify. Because I want to emphasize that you should not memorize shapes by rote. Because when the shape is in a different position, the tiger's mouth function may disappear. For example, these two black stones below, if we place them on the second line, then this position is no longer a tiger's mouth. Because after white places a stone, there are two liberties here. Black cannot capture immediately. Similarly, if these two black stones above are placed on the second line, then this position is no longer a tiger's mouth either, because after white places a stone, there are two liberties. So, this position is no longer a tiger's mouth. And if the black stone in the corner is placed up here instead, for example, this black stone, if we place it at this position, then please note, both sides here are clearly not tiger's mouths, because after white places a stone, there are still two liberties. So our understanding of the tiger's mouth is, after placing a stone, it has only one liberty and can be captured immediately. There is no need to memorize shapes by rote. Now, let's look at a special shape. We know these four arrays, most basic tiger's mouth. Now, what if white places stones here? Are these positions still tiger's mouth? Based on the definition I have repeatedly emphasized. After white's stones are placed at these positions, white would have more than one liberty remaining. Black cannot capture white immediately. So these positions are not tiger's mouth. Now let's do an interesting experiment. After white has stones at these positions, we also add stones for black. Now let's judge again. Are these positions tiger's mouths? After white places a stone here, since there is only one liberty, black can capture immediately. Similarly, if white places a stone here, black can also capture immediately. So we can see that after adding black stones on the outside, these points become tiger's mouth positions again. So here is another reminder for everyone. When identifying tiger's mouths, the most important point is not the shape, but whether after a stone is placed there, it has only one liberty and can be captured immediately by the opponent. So, your judgment should be based on this definition, rather than rigidly sticking to whether a particular shape is a tiger's mouth. Alright, good. We have now fully understood the definition of the tiger's mouth. Finally, let's do a practice problem to check whether we have solidly grasped the knowledge of the tiger's mouth. Alright, finally, let's look at this shape. How many tiger's mouth does each side have? Well, based on the concept of the tiger's mouth we have just learned, let's give it a try. First, let's find black's tiger's mouth. We can see that if white places a stone at this position, black can capture white immediately. So this position is a tiger's mouth. If white places a stone at this position, black can likewise capture it. This is the second tiger's mouth. White places a stone at this position, black can still capture immediately. This is the third tiger's mouth. White places a stone here, black capture immediately. This is the fourth tiger's mouth. So on this board, black has 4 tiger's mouths. Now let's look at white's tiger's mouth. Black places a stone at this position, white can capture immediately. This is the first tiger's mouth. Black places a stone at this position, white can also capture immediately. This is the second tiger's mouth. So in this shape, white has only 2 tiger's mouths. So on this board, black and white together have a total of 6 tiger's mouths. We study the tiger's mouth shape in order to remind everyone to be aware of danger. After a stone is placed there, it will be captured by the opponent immediately. So when we play, we should avoid placing our stones into the opponent's tiger's mouth. That is all for this lesson. Thank you for watching.